This is the newest model home in one of Overland Park's newest communities. This is the Hudson by Doyle Construction. Master's on the main, it's a 1.5 story. Loft is upstairs, and you've got the perfect office setup, not at the front of the home, but carefully tucked behind. This one comes in at 4 beds, 3 baths, 2867 square feet, just under a 1/4 acre lot, but you got the nice HOA kind of berm right behind you for privacy. And Jordan, Overland Park, Blue Valley School District, median price, it's somewhere around $960 right now for new construction. This one falls at $825 with some beautiful finishes inside. And this elevation is just one little taste of those finishes.
Yep, I absolutely love this elevation. So you do have kind of a traditional look with the big gables in the front, but you also have that farmhouse look as well. You have the board and batten siding. You've got the rock stone with the mortar in there.
You got the triple ply garage doors, soffit downlighting above the garage, the shutters. I love the cased opening around the entry.
One thing that I love that they do, Nick, on some of these homes, they don't do it on all of them, but they do these little awnings over the porch and the garage, and they do that standing seam metal roof. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, I love just the color palette inside, outside of this home. You've got the black windows on the outside. You'll see the white in the front.
You've got the cedar tone trim around the windows and the shutters.
Well, look at these. These are some upgraded lights on the outside on the soffit. Usually
you do have some downlighting, really nice.
Absolutely. And Jordan, one of the things you really like, you got the French doors.
I love the French doors. I love that they have the glass in there. You can see right into the home. I know it doesn't offer the greatest amount of privacy, but I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Now, before we step inside, if we haven't met yet, my name's Nick.
I'm Jordan.
We help people buy and build new homes in Kansas City. If you stick around to the end, we're going to give you Jordan's favorite thing about the house and also my favorite thing. Big thank you to Liz and Jamie, the on-site agents, as well as Doyle Construction. They built some beautiful models, and you're certainly not going to want to miss this one. Right, Jordan, come on in.
All right, Nick, another tour. And this is the newest model in South Overland Park, Southern Meadows.
Southern Meadows, that's right. So we did a community video on this. We kind of broke it all down. We'll link that down below in the description. The nice thing about this community, some of the lowest prices in the Blue Valley School District for new construction. It's kind of like the final frontier of new construction. Everything's headed this way. So I'm very bullish on this community, but I love some of the color and design choices inside of this. You've got this color, kind of take a mental snap. You'll see it throughout the house, but French doors, you got the gold knobs and pulls throughout the house, trim around the entry. And that's one thing that we've noticed, especially in Doyle Construction, their models, they do a really good job of. You'll see it on the ceiling, all these accents.
Yep, super tall ceiling. It's boxed in up there. That is a very cool pattern. What do you think about that pattern, Nick?
I love it. I love it. And I think the enamel color, we don't see this in too many homes. So I like that it's different, but it's still really neutral. It goes with everything. And if we back up a little bit, you'll notice you do get a pretty wide entry. You got the stairs with the landing going up, block applied trim here. You got the coat closet. And Jordan, when we opened this earlier, we noticed there's a lot more tension in these doorknobs than you normally find.
Yep, and they are very, very cool looking. I think that they have a kind of a classic look to them.
You know, before we get started with the main floor, we'll put the floor plan on the screen for you. Jordan, we just walked through, we noticed a couple changes. Yep. So we'll point those out as we go through the video. Southern Meadows, they do have a finished spec of this home. So it's already move-in ready, or it's like a couple weeks out. Same plan, same builder. You'll see a similar level of finishes, and it comes in at an even lower price point. So the link to that community website is down in the description. Let's go ahead. We'll start with the great room here.
And this is a really nice size room as well, Nick.
It is, which that's important to know, because when you get these 1.5 story plans, especially when they're around 2,900 square feet, it can kind of feel tight on the main floor, given that you have the whole master suite on one side of the house. But this definitely has a nice open feel. Everything, there's a lot of nice flow. You've got the beams here, 10-foot ceilings in the family room. And one of the things I love is the tile that they used on the fireplace.
Yep, very cool tile. So it kind of has these grooves in it, but it also has really nice pattern and different colors and tones in it.
Very subtle. I think the whole palette, all the design choices, I think they nailed it with this. Now, we're gonna get to these built. You'll notice the light's not on. This is an error on our part, not the builder, but this light will turn on. It's one of the hardest things when you're buying a new home is learning all the different light switches. That's why it's kind of nice to build it from the ground up. But you do have the 2 floating shelves, the down lighting up there. And we noticed instead of just a wood stained top or painted top, you've got the upgraded countertops there.
Yep, really nice countertops on the built-ins. What I really like about it, Nick, is the pattern on that countertop matches that tile pretty well.
It really does. And look at this, Jordan. One of the things that bugs me, especially with all this camera equipment we use for the videos, like one thing's USB-C, one thing's USB-A. You've got your choice here built into the outlets, which have been upgraded.
Yep,
you can charge the whole house from here. So beautiful picture windows. You've got the windows on the top with the grid there, and everything's trimmed out. But usually in these plans, we typically only see the picture windows, so that having a whole nother row, very, very nice.
Yep, I really like how they put the grids on those top windows. It just kind of adds to the element of the home.
I do too. Now, we'll turn to the kitchen. We'll get to the dining area as well as the patio here in a second. But this island, it might not show on camera, but there's a pretty long island.
Absolutely huge. That's a huge slab, and that's a good looking slab too. We've seen that, I think, in several different homes.
Yeah, I think they've got 4 seats. You could probably fit 5. You mentioned, Jordan, we walked through earlier, you've got these posts instead of this all being closed off, which is pretty neat.
Yep, I like how they put the post here. You know, it could be either closed off or maybe you have a waterfall. You've seen so many different variations. I kind of like the post.
Yeah, you definitely have storage on both sides, so I like to point that out. But the other neat thing is you got the gold faceplate on the outlet on the side of the island. Now, the other neat thing, so they laid the tile on the fireplace vertically. You've got the vertically laid backsplash with the ceramic kind of look or glaze to it. And then like the trim work here. Beautiful, lots of texture.
Yeah, I like that. I like how they did that around the hood. I think that's very, very neat.
Now you do have the 5-burner cooktop there. Down lighting, which is very neat, especially in the evening when you don't want to have all the lights on.
And you have these gold pulls that kind of match the theme of the door handles and everything. And these pulls actually kind of look similar to the doorknobs.
That's right. That's right. Everything's soft close, doors, drawers. That's not always the case, and it's kind of mind-boggling, but everything's taken care of for you. You got the stacked microwave oven, you've got the profile series, and then you've got additional perimeter space right over here.
Yep,
but
nice little coffee bar.
Coming around the corner, I like the location and setup of this pantry. You got a ton of storage in there.
Yep, I like how they put that stain on this counter space here.
I do too. It makes it more of a counter than just shelving, so certainly got your choice.
And then you have all the enamel paint on all the shelves.
That's right. So we'll come in here. We've got the garage entry to your left. And again, I think I'm going to mention this last time I'll say it. I like the color here, the accent color, the doors and cabinets. We just don't see it very often. I think it goes really well. But you do have a fully built out boot bench, drawers below, nice stained top, and then you got plenty of cubbies.
Check out those coat hangers, Nick.
Aren't these neat?
That is cool. You don't see that.
Now, we're going to head to your right. We've got 2 things here. One is a full bath. So, Jordan, if you spin around, we'll try and get as good of a shot as possible there.
So, really nice vanity. It almost looks like it's floating, but there is a little part there at the bottom. I really like that countertop, Nick.
Isn't that neat?
Very cool. A lot going on. And you think that's what, quartz?
Oh, that's probably, at this point, I think it's probably granite, but if you feel under, is there like a web under the countertop?
No?
No.
It's smooth.
Interesting. All right.
So you do have the gold fixture, kind of match the theme throughout the house.
Floor to ceiling tile.
Yep, floor to ceiling tile in the shower. Very nice. I like that dark tile on the floor too, Nick.
I do too. And I think I know why. the dark office. So yeah. We won't go too far in here. It's a decently sized room, especially if you're going to use it as an office.
I'm going to swing around here.
Yeah. what I like, it's kind of hard to see. You do have upgraded crown molding around. It is black. Everything's black in the office, which that's kind of a theme. We've noticed a lot of darker, moodier colors in here. You do have the closet right here. Not quite a walk-in, but plenty of storage, especially if you use it as an office. What I love about this, Jordan, is it's not right in the front of the house. It's tucked behind. It feels more secluded, more private, and you get to look out at this view.
Yep, it is definitely more private. And I know that you've probably seen it in the drone footage, and I know that Nick's mentioned it, but you do have that HOA berm back there. Gives you all that privacy from Mission Road.
That's right. So keep watching. I'll give you a little trick how to take advantage of that here in a second. But that's one of the requests is like, maybe the lot's, 0.23 acres. Can we make it feel like something that's bigger? And I think the answer is certainly yes. But coming back to the living spaces, Jordan, if you actually swing that way a little bit.
I went the wrong way.
Well, usually we don't see stuff like this, but I think it's really neat. You got the two lights above, and then you've actually got vertically laid tongue and groove behind the picture. So these are recessed into the wall, which is really neat.
Very, very cool.
Now, the other thing that's nice about this plan, staging furniture is never like usually the real size that you'd probably use if you move into the house. So this is a little bit smaller than you could fit here. You got plenty of space on all sides, and that's in addition to the potentially 5 or 6 seater island right there as well. Now,
first try.
Yeah, I got a first try. I've got a long streak of locking myself out, thinking I'm unlocking it.
So you do have a little step down to the patio, and it is composite decking. There's a shot of that berm.
So here's the trick. I promised I'd explain this. If you do a fence, which I know most people that's probably what if you've got a dog, fence is a near must. But if you do a gate in the back of it, you can kind of access some of that HOA kind of landscaping. But so it makes the backyard feel bigger, where you only have to maintain your parcel. But I love the ceiling height up here. Look at all the blades on that.
Yep. I love that fan. I think it's super cool looking.
I like the black kind of dishes around the recessed lights up there. Complements the black windows, and of course you've got composite decking on the stairs.
This is a really good sized patio too. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but there's enough space to where you could put probably a 4-seater table and then 1 or 2 grills back here too.
That's right. That's right. But what I love about this is the berm, very smart. It gives you privacy back here. The other Hudson being built by Doyle Construction, the community, is just around the corner, and it actually backs up to what's a family farm. So you can see the cows back there. It's really, really neat. So we'll come back inside. And let's head to the master suite. Spots, Jordan.
Time for the master bedroom. All right, so as you come in here, they do have upgraded carpet. And this is a really good sized room. You do have that huge picture window on the back wall overlooking that berm and all the landscaping. And then they did do sliders on each side of it, so you can get a lot of airflow. What I really like, Nick, is how they did this box vault in the ceiling. And they've trimmed it out. And then they also did the accent color that kind of matches that moody office back there.
That's right. They definitely didn't have to do the trim around the box vault. That's just one other upgrade. I think it goes really well with that entry that we saw, right? Similar kind of stained trim work. And this light fixture. That looks so neat. You've got the veins in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably not coming across, but very, very, very neat.
Yep. It also has the gold tone on that entire fixture as well.
And then you've got the trim around the windows. You've also got, I don't think I call it an accent wall, but certainly some texture along the wall behind the bed. You can see that's all trimmed out. You've got the lights up there. And then one other thing that I thought was pretty neat, just like the fireplace, you got outlets on either side. Oh, there we are. Outlets on either side of the bed. These are the ones with 2 USB-Cs, a USB-A. I didn't even know they made these outlets, Jordan, but that's pretty neat.
Very cool. So one thing I did want to touch on really quick on the size of this room. So I believe this is a queen bed. Plenty of space here to put a king, end tables on both sides, a dresser or a boot bench to sit down on this front wall here.
That's right. And we got the French doors. It looks like Is that a magnet at the top? Yeah, that they'll install at some point. So not rollers, it doesn't look like, but there's a lot to unpack here. You've got 2 towers on either side of the vanity.
Yep. Super huge vanity here, extra long, very nice countertop. And those towers on each side, these are about 3 foot wide or so on each side, tons of storage space. I really like how they did the 3 mirrors and broke it up. They framed it out. It's got kind of the same stain color. They went with the high-end poles in here as well, which I really like.
And then one other thing I'll show you in just a second. You got this beautiful quartz countertop as well as the kind of surround behind it. Now, the towers, both of them, you do have outlets, which is pretty neat on the tower.
Yep.
And I'm gonna back up a little bit. Very subtle but high-end finishes. Look at this floor, Jordan.
Yep, those are huge tiles. I mean, extra big. I do like the pattern in there as well, Nick. It almost looks like lightning or something.
It does, it does. And then you've got the freestanding tub.
Now that has a wand on it.
I think
kind of neat. You don't see that too often.
No, we haven't seen that before.
You do have the big picture window, and it has kind of that.
I like that they frosted it. So it's nice and private, but you're getting the light. And then we've also got a 0 entry frameless shower here.
Yep. And this is extra wide as well. It's as wide as that tub space there. They went with the vertical tile, kind of the theme we've seen throughout this house, and the gold fixtures.
Very neat.
So did you talk about the drain? I know you
didn't.
You did see that earlier.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty neat. Instead of like a silver piece of metal there, you've got kind of a decorative drain.
Now those tiles in the shower, Nick, I wonder, did they cut the big tiles? Because they almost match perfectly, but they're only 2 by 2 squares.
They must have found a very close match, or there's a similar product, different shape.
Yeah, very cool. So then you do have your water closet here. And
now, Jordan, one thing that keeps coming up, I've had several clients bring it up. If you're going to build a home, put an outlet in the water closet. I'm not kidding. A lot of my clients, they're looking for the kind of the upgraded toilets that open for you, that are heated. And it's without a doubt, every single one says you will never go back. So you build a home, spend $100.
Put an outlet in the water closet.
Get an outlet in the water, because it might have some value to the future owner as well. So master closet here.
Master closet. This is a really good sized closet. You've got hangers up and down, tons of built-in shelves. I love this built-in counter and drawer setup right here in the middle. And then as you come around the corner here, Nick, you've got the washer and dryer, you've got the laundry in the closet here.
And this would be the difference in the plan. So this usually opens up to the entry. They've closed it off. It's all in the master suite, which makes this like a little bit more private. It's just one change, where if you were to build this plan, you might even have the option to keep this open.
Yeah, I think if you put the floor plan on the screen, Nick, I believe that door would be right in this area, somewhere in here for the laundry, to get to it from the foyer.
Absolutely. But I like the concept of having it here as opposed to, around the corner from the garage. I'd much rather have it right in the master.
Yep, I like it. It's private. I mean, you're already in here changing your clothes. Just throw them in the laundry.
It's forwarding. We're going to take a look upstairs. 3 bedrooms, 2 share bathroom, 1's private, and there's a loft upstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
So starting with the stairwell, you've got this U-shaped stairwell. You do have a little landing up here. They do have the high tread carpet, which is really nice. It's a must-have for the stairs. What I really like, they stained the wood and the rails up here that matches the beams and the shelves we saw in the living room. What do you think of those lights, Nick?
I like it. I think there's a lot of attention to detail in this house. If you want to show off some artwork, perfect place for it. I think it goes hand in hand with the recessed kind of panels in the dining area.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
And you might get another shot of that accent in the entryway, the ceiling, because it was kind of hard to show from the ground floor.
That's just, I don't think we've seen anything like it before. It's simple, but it's different, and I like it. Really stands out.
I like it a lot. So what I really like, when you get to the top of the stairs, you do have a hallway here, which creates a lot of privacy for each bedroom. They have the engineered hardwoods up here, which is really nice.
Laundry closet.
I was going to say linen closet, but I forgot. We already touched on it. You do have your stackable
Here,
wash.
let me come around. We'll get a nice shot of it.
You do have your stackable washer and dryer there.
Perfect. Nice out of the way. You don't even have to use it as a laundry room if you don't want to, but the option to have it adds a lot of value.
Yeah.
So 3 bedrooms, but we're going to start with the loft, which a lot of these 1.5 stories, when you do have the loft upstairs, they will be above this main second floor. So a couple steps up, we got a perfect little spot for desks, a TV, gaming area, that kind of stuff.
Kids' playroom. You could do a little library setup up here. Very neat.
And I like that you get this kind of additional catwalk space up here. You got a clear view outside.
Yeah.
And
let's in that natural light.
Nice and cozy. So this is optional. They can build it with it or without it. I think it's always worth to build it with it because it's a space that you almost certainly want to tap into.
Now, if they build without, Nick, would that mean they'd get the tall ceilings in the living room?
I don't think so. I think this would be closed off because you do have, keep in mind, this bedroom, which is partially, I think, above the family room. So this is our bedroom with, I think, the Hollywood style bath.
Yeah. So bedroom number 1, you do have the single hung windows back here. And what I really like, Nick, they did do the box vault in the ceiling. Now, it is trimmed out like the master below, but that wood is not stained. It's just painted white.
Yeah.
And you do have really good size. It's not a walk-in, but a really good size closet, double doors, lots of hanger space, and some built-in shelves.
It's a good sized room. I like the ceiling details. Not all builders will do it, and not all of them will include the fan as well. So,
well, it definitely makes the room feel bigger because imagine that fan hanging down another foot.
I know. Details. So Hollywood bath, private sinks, shared tub, shower, and toilet.
So they went with, now this is a good size vanity.
Yeah.
Start with that.
Yeah.
Really nice and wide vanity. Nice countertop. I do like that darker color. I do like the framed in mirror. Have the nice pulls. And then what's the color on these, Nick?
This is the same enamel we saw downstairs, I believe.
In the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Same as the kitchen? Yep. I do like
exactly.
that.
And again, you've got these subtle tiles on the floor, a little bit of veining.
Yeah.
But toilet right here. And then you've also got the framed in shower and the vertically laid tiles like we saw everywhere else. Now we'll kind of fast forward because you've already seen this before. Same as you saw the other side. You've got the vanity, quartz countertops, built-in mirror. I'm actually going to turn around here. We've got our bedroom number 3.
Well, yeah.
Well,
number 2 upstairs.
2 upstairs.
Did another box in this room, which is really nice. Adds to the volume of the room. You've got your single hung windows, and you do have a little walk-in closet over here, which is actually pretty good size. You got hangers up and down on each side, and then the built-ins in the middle.
It's a good sized closet here. I am going to turn around. We'll get a shot of the box vault again. I like that. I like that they painted it a different color. It costs more to do that because they have to change all the the brushes, etc., the rollers. But I like that setup.
Well, and it kind of looks like it's got a cove on the back side of that trim to where maybe they could put lighting up there.
Absolutely.
If they wanted to.
You've also got a TV setup right here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's important to note. All right, and we've got
bedroom number 3 upstairs. Now this faces the front of the house. You do have the casement window. And the reason you're seeing the ceilings like this is because of that tall gable roof.
That's right. I kind of like the vault here. So no box ceiling, but you do have the surface mount light. And you've got 2 recessed lights at the entry. This is the one with the private bathroom. So very similar finishes, nice and subtle, keep it simple. But I like that they did the quartz countertops. Oftentimes, this is where we see something like a cultured marble or something. So I like that they spent the extra money and did the nice finishes. You've got the tub, vertical tile, and of course the same flooring we saw in the other one.
I like how they matched all those finishes with the other bathrooms that we have up here.
Very consistent.
Yeah, I think that's a must, in my opinion. Now you do have the same size walk-in closet as we saw in that last room. All right, Nick, before we close this out, what's your favorite part of this house?
I'd like to say the design itself, but the purpose behind these videos is we want to show you the plan because these can be built in several different areas around Kansas City. My favorite, a lot of these plans, I know a lot of you might be looking for that office on the main floor with the master suite on the main. So what I like about this one, that office is tucked in the back of the house versus right off the entry. I think that creates a little bit more privacy. A lot of these plans where you do have the office off the entry, it'll be in front of the master suite. So you've got on the same wing of the house this way, everything's private, there's separation there, and I like that this could be a full-blown guest suite if you needed it to. You get a nice view of the back versus being right at the front of the house. So Jordan, your favorite thing?
Well, really quick, I just want to touch on your favorite part, the office. In the floor plan, one of the other changes where you guys see these pictures on the wall, they could put some sort of doorway there to get to the office from this area as well.
Would you go that route or would you keep it the way it is?
Man, that's hard to say. If you're going to use it as an office, I'd probably keep it the way it is just for the privacy.
Exactly.
I don't see the point in opening it up.
I'm kind of, and maybe you've seen this in the property tours we've been doing, but I'm kind of a fan of tucking things behind the kitchen. It just makes it separate, private, and secluded. And that's my favorite thing about this house. Jordan, your favorite?
So I haven't chosen a bathroom yet. I'm going with the bathroom on this house. I love
the master bath.
Yes, the master bath. So you have that extra long vanity in there, and then the two huge towers on each side. You've got the no threshold walk-in shower with all the glass. I love it.
A lot of great details in the house. So big thank you to Liz and Jamie, the on-site agents, as well as Doyle Construction. Their models are beautiful. So if you get a chance, come out and see this one. Southern Meadows, South Overland Park, Blue Valley School District. We'll link the community website down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button. Any questions, buying or building a new home in Kansas City, we'd love to help. So our contact information is there. It's a phone call, email, text message. We'd love to set you up for success. Before you go, there are 2 videos on the screen. This one, we'll put the community video. We broke down the whole new home community of Southern Meadows. So you can click right here, or you can watch one of the other model home tours right here. So click either there or there. We'll see you on the other side.